Good morning, children. Today we are going to continue with this lesson, breeding and biotechnology. So in 10th science, it is unit number 23, breeding and biotechnology. So in the last video itself, we discussed what is breeding. So breeding, it divides into two topics, plant breeding as well as animal breeding. What is plant breeding? Plant breeding is breeding of plants. Animal breeding is breeding of animals. Producing economically important plants, it is a superior quality of plants is called as plant breeding. Animal breeding is producing valuable quantity of animals for increasing the production of meat, egg is called as animal breeding. And we discussed in animal breeding, we discussed what are the different types of breeding, inbreeding, outbreeding. So such topics we discussed. So this is the continuation of the last video, and in this video we are going to learn some interesting topics like DNA fingerprinting, what is the gene therapy, what are the different types of gene therapy we are going to discuss. So let's start. So the first one is genetic engineering. What is genetic engineering? So it is called as manipulation of genes. So first we shall learn what is manipulation. Manipulation means to make use of. So we are handling, how we are handling DNA is called as manipulation of genes. It's an emerging field of science, genetic engineering. So some people even they learn BE genetic engineering, BTech genetic engineering is also available. These courses are also available in famous colleges. So genetic engineering is called as manipulation of genes. I told you what is manipulation. Manipulation means how we handle or how is DNA used is called as manipulation of genes. Here DNA, so you know where is the location of DNA. So inside a cell, in the cell there is the controlling center of the cell is called as a nucleus, and inside this nucleus there is chromatin reticulum, coiled structure, and this chromatin reticulum, if it is separated, it is a chromosome is formed, and inside the chromosomes there is genes located, and the genes is nothing but made up of a chemical substances called as DNA. So what is the expansion of DNA also? You know, DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. So here we can insert genes. We can see from two different organisms the genes can be recombined, and it is called as recombinant DNA technology or rDNA technology. What is the other name of genetic engineering is recombinant DNA technology. So here you see it's given as this recombinant in the short form, it's given as rDNA. So recombinant DNA technology, and here that is from whatever desired gene we want, we can collect from the organism and it is combined and it is called as recombinant DNA technology. So we shall see how it is handled. So for this genetic engineering, three essential things are needed. The first one is plasmid, second one is restriction enzyme, and the third one is DNA ligase. So first we shall see what is plasmid. So plasmid, see, in bacteria. So bacteria, there is suppose rod shaped bacteria. In bacteria there is chromosomal DNA, and apart from this chromosomal DNA there is double circular plasmid DNA. There is double circular plasmid DNA found in bacteria. So this is bacteria, Especially in rod-shaped bacteria or in all the bacteria, there is 2 DNAs found. The first one is chromosomal DNA. First one is chromosomal DNA, and there is another DNA. Here is also one DNA found, and this DNA is double circular, and this DNA is called as plasmid. This will act as a vehicle. So, what is plasmid means vector. It will act as a vehicle. So, I told you in bacteria, now we are learning about plasmid. So, what is plasmid? In bacteria, there is 2 types of DNA. The first DNA is called as chromosomal DNA, and the second DNA is called as bacterial DNA. And this bacterial DNA, it has a speciality. It can multiply. So, in this genetic engineering, in gene cloning, what they do is, whichever gene we want to be multiplied, that will be inserted in this bacterial DNA, and it will be multiplied and produced. So, in bacteria, there are 2 types of DNA. First DNA is chromosomal DNA, second one is bacterial DNA, that is plasmid, and this plasmid has the ability to multiply. It will act as a vehicle. So, next one is restriction enzyme, restriction endonuclease enzyme. This enzyme is also called as molecular scissor, and which is used to cut the DNA fragments. So, without enzymes, we cannot have all this genetic engineering, gene cloning. So, first we shall see what is enzymes. What are enzymes? Enzymes are proteinaceous substances which will act as biocatalyst. Biocatalyst means which will enhance the reaction. So, enzymes are nothing but proteinaceous substances which will act as biocatalyst. So, to enhance the reaction. So, here this bacterial DNA. So, in this bacteria there are 2 types DNA, chromosomal and bacterial DNA. Restriction enzyme is also called as molecular scissor, which is used to cut the DNA fragments. Next one is DNA ligase. It can also be called as paste enzyme. Restriction enzyme can also be called as molecular scissor. DNA ligase is also called as paste enzyme, which is used to join the DNA fragments. So, this is about genetic engineering. Now, we shall learn gene cloning. So, you would have learned the sheep Dolly. So, Dolly is a sheep which was cloned in 1990s. It lived for about 6.5 years, and it was first created in the Roslin Institute, and it lived about 6.5 years, and then it expired due to lung disease. So, cloning, how this Dolly was the first cloned sheep. So, now we shall see how this an interesting topic, this gene cloning is carried out. So, for this gene cloning, so what is first we shall see what is cloning. And cloning means, or clone means, an exact copy of an organism, like a Xerox copy. So, we can also call it as a Xerox copy. So, like me itself, we can prepare an organism. So, like we can produce an organism, exact copy of an organism. Or like, see, if you take a Xerox, so if what all the materials present in the paper will be there in the Xerox copy also, like that. So, this gene cloning is exact copy of an organism is called as gene cloning. Like one bacteria, we can produce another organism. Like one human being, we can produce another human being. Like one sheep, we can produce exactly the same type of sheep. That is called as gene cloning. So, now for this gene cloning, what are the techniques followed? The same thing what I told, plasmid, restriction, endonuclease enzyme and DNA ligase. So now we shall see with this diagrammatic representation how is gene cloning takes place. See, human beings are affected due to various sort of diseases, whether it is genetic diseases or metabolic disorders. So for rectifying to get a remedial solution from these diseases, we go for cloning. So first we shall see how cloning is carried out. See, if this is human cell and this is bacteria. This is bacteria and this is human cell. In human cell, suppose the circular DNA is collected, the desired gene is collected. And here in bacteria, I told you double circular plasmid is present, that is plasmid is formed. So here this is a plasmid. In human cell, so gene cloning takes place using the combination of recombinant technology. Whichever desirable gene we want, first we have to collect that. So for example, in human cell, we are collecting the DNA. So in the genes or the DNA, you know that there are a number of genes and each gene is responsible for its own function. One gene may be responsible for protein synthesis. One gene may be responsible for growth hormones. So like that each gene has its own function. Whichever gene we want, we have to collect that is that DNA is collected. So in human cell, the DNA is first collected and this is used, how it is collected using restriction endonuclease enzyme. Using restriction endonuclease enzyme. So using restriction endonuclease enzyme. So the other name for restriction endonuclease is called as molecular scissor. How do we cut the DNA fragment? Using this enzyme restriction endonuclease. So desirable DNA means whichever gene we want, desirable DNA is collected from the human cell. And here also using the restriction same enzyme, restriction endonuclease enzyme, we can cut the fragment and here this DNA will be incorporated. This DNA is incorporated, that is called as recombinant DNA technology. And this recombinant DNA technology, here this will act as a vehicle. So this one, so first one from human cell, DNA is collected using the enzyme, this is called as cut enzyme, restriction endonuclease. Similar, this DNA has to be pasted in the plasmid. This DNA should be pasted in this plasmid. So even here also to cut restriction endonuclease enzyme is used and in this plasmid we have to join this. So this is the plasmid. So this is the plasmid. In this plasmid, see here, this is a light dark color, a blue color is plasmid and this light one is, this light blue is DNA, that is DNA from human cell. See here I have shown you the variation. The dark color is plasmid from bacteria and this light color, blue color is DNA from human cell. So now this is called as recombinant DNA or foreign gene. See here the desirable DNA we have incorporated in the plasmid. This plasmid will act as a vector. Vector means like vehicle. So this plasmid will act as a vector. So in bacterial plasmid we have incorporated the DNA. So now this will be allowed to multiply. This will be injected into the bacteria and in the bacterial cell will be allowed to multiply. So now here see, for example, So here there will be double circular DNA. So this is chromosomal DNA in bacteria, and then here in each bacteria there will be plasmid, and the plasmid will carry the desirable DNA. So like this clones will be produced. So this like this different clones, so many clones. So now bacteria will have this plasmid has ability to multiply. So now bacteria will start multiplying. As it is multiplying, the human desired gene will also be multiplied. This is what takes place in gene cloning. Whichever organism to be manipulated, that desirable DNA is inserted in the bacterial plasmid, and that bacterial plasmid is allowed to multiply and desirable clones are produced. So this cloning technique means an exact copy of an organism is called as cloning. Like a Xerox copy of one organism, we can produce another organism. How it is produced? It is produced using bacterial plasmid. That plasmid will act as a vehicle or vector. It has the ability to multiply. So the desirable gene from any organism that we want to clone will be collected, will be placed in the bacterial plasmid, and this bacterial plasmid will be allowed to multiply, and desirable clones will be produced. So the first cloned sheep was Dolly. So it was produced in the Rosalind Institute. So now we shall see about biotechnology in medicine. So this is also an emerging field of science, biotechnology in medicine. What are the things that is produced in biotechnology using biotechnology principles? So biotechnology, it is also an emerging field of science using biological organisms to produce valuable qualities of vaccines, human growth hormones, drugs, medicines. It is called as biotechnology. It has enormous properties. So simple biotechnology use production of wine, production of beer, it is a biotechnology, but now we learn it as biotechnology, but it has all started from 18th century. Production of vinegar, that is acetic acid, production of beer, wine, production of vaccines, production of transgenic plants, transgenic animals, it is all comes under biotechnology. So now we shall see using biotechnological principles, what are the products we can obtain. First one is insulin. So many of from among 10, one is insulin patient. So for production of insulin can be produced using biotechnology principle. There is a famous institute called Biocon in Bangalore, and which mainly produce insulin. They mainly produce insulin. So insulin can be produced using biotechnology principle. How it is produced? The same technique using bacteria, and then human growth hormones. Human growth hormones is produced, and in tissue plasminogen activator. So first I will say, apart from this, what are the other uses? It can also be used for blood clotting. Blood clotting, like hemophilia disease. Hemophilia disease means the blood won't clot. So for blood clotting, clotting means thickening of blood. So when there is a cut or anything, the blood liquid will be oozing out, but clotting, if there is no clotting factor, it will be oozing out. But if this clotting means the blood will be thickened up, or it will become thickened. That is called as blood clotting. So using biotechnology, blood clotting factors can be produced that can be used to cure hemophilia disease. Apart from that, there is a tissue plasminogen activator is produced. What is tissue plasminogen activator means? It is a protein. Tissue plasminogen activator is a protein, and which is used to that is dissolve blood clotting, which is used to dissolve blood clotting. For that this protein is used. This protein can be produced using biotechnology principle. Next one is vaccines. Vaccines for diseases like hepatitis B. Hepatitis B produce, there is a numerous disease, hepatitis B disease like hepatitis A, jaundice, like that. Liver disease, mainly hepatitis B virus will be causing liver disease, and for that vaccines can be produced. And rabies, for rabies disease also vaccine is produced using biotechnology principle. What does rabies means? Rabies is what is when the dogs bite, mental dogs, some stray dogs bite, the people will be affected due to rabies. Rabies itself, the symptoms will be salivation. More they will be salivating, fever, headache, all that are symptoms of rabies, hydrophobia, rabies or hydrophobia. So these are the importance of biotechnology in medicine. Insulin can be produced, human growth hormones can be produced, and blood clotting factors can be produced. So tissue plasminogen activator is a protein which is used to dissolve blood clotting. And hepatitis B disease, vaccines are produced for hepatitis B disease and rabies. The next one, we are going to learn about gene therapy. So people are affected due to so many diseases like cancer, AIDS, and how it can be cured. Using this gene therapy it can be cured, but it is highly costly. And gene therapy, the defective gene is replaced by a new gene, and that is called as gene therapy. So I told you each gene has its own function. One gene may be responsible for insulin production, one gene may be responsible for human growth hormone. So that particular gene will be defective. So suppose a patient is suffering from a particular disease, their gene will be defective. It has some defective in its function, that is why the patient is having such disease. That particular gene can be replaced and by a foreign gene, that is a gene which can produce which can cure that disease. So that gene can be replaced, defective gene can be replaced by a foreign gene. That disease, that therapy is called as gene therapy, and this gene therapy is of two types: somatic gene therapy and germline gene therapy. Somatic gene therapy, it is also called as body cells gene therapy, and wherever that is in the body cells, wherever there is any disability, the defective gene can be replaced and the disease can be cured. In germline gene therapy means in germinal cells, that is in sperms and eggs, the particular gene is replaced, and that is called as the germline gene therapy. And this somatic gene therapy cannot be carried from one generation to another generation because it is taking place only in the body cells. Whereas this germline gene therapy, it is carried from one generation to another generation, but now only this somatic gene therapy is effective, and it's also this gene therapy itself, it's very costly. So now we shall learn about stem cells. What are stem cells? So in human beings, we have in our body, we have different types of cells we have. That is, some cells can be differentiated cells like nerve cells. That is a different type of cell. Heart muscle cells. So heart cells, nerve cells, liver cells, each are different. So neuron, it is a different type of cell. So that is called as differentiated cells, but there are some specialized mass of cells which have the ability to keep on dividing and dividing. That cells is called as stem cells. So stem cells is of two types, embryonic stem cells and adult or somatic stem cells. Now these stem cells can be used to produce specialized type of cells like a neuron or heart muscles or liver, like or pancreatic cells, like that. We can use these cells to produce those type of cells like nerve cells or pancreatic cells or liver cells, like that. So these stem cells, they have potency. Potency means they have the ability to keep on multiplying. They have potency means they have the ability to keep on multiplying, and the second characteristic feature of stem cell is they have the ability to produce specialized type of cells. So now these stem cells is of two types, embryonic stem cells and second one is adult or somatic stem cells. So what is the source? These are the two types of source. The first one, embryonic stem cell, means in embryonic stem cells, that is when the male and the female gamete after fertilization, the zygote is produced, that is the fertilized egg is called zygote. Only from the zygote all the living organisms will start developing. Once when it starts developing, the embryo will develop into the blastocyst. From that we can get the cells. Such type of cells is called as embryonic stem cells. What is embryonic stem cells means? Using the, that is from the embryos. From the embryos means after fertilization of the zygote, the embryo is a fertilized zygote. From that we can collect the stem cells, that is called embryonic stem cells. The second one is adult or somatic stem cells. Adult or somatic stem cells from human beings we can collect from amniotic fluid, umbilical cord, bone marrow. Amniotic fluid means when the woman is carrying the child in the mother's womb, that is in the baby, the fetus, fluid which is found is called as amniotic fluid. The nutritive fluid which nourishes the baby is called amniotic fluid. From that amniotic fluid we can collect the stem cells. Second one is umbilical cord. In Tamil we say toppul kodi. Umbilical cord means toppul kodi. Even from that umbilical cord we can collect the stem cells. And the third one is bone marrow. Bone marrow means the substance which is found inside the bone. In Tamil we call it as elumbu majjai. From all these three substances, from all these three, amniotic fluid means when the woman is carrying the baby, that is during pregnancy, when that time when the fetus will get nourishment from the mother, so that layer is called as amniotic fluid. So using these sources we can collect the stem cells. So stem cells are used to cure certain diseases, that is called as stem cell therapy. So stem cells, using stem cells, that is I told you it has ability to multiply, that is the first characteristic feature of stem cell. And the second characteristic feature of stem cell, it can produce a specialized type of cells like nerve cells, like heart muscles, liver cells, pancreatic cells. It has a special type of, a special ability to produce like with a specific function. So using these stem cells we can cure certain neurological disorders. So example, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease. Parkinson's disease means it is a neurological disorder. It is a disorder, and here symptoms will be, the person will be not have some stiffness, body movements will be slow. So such neurological problem will be there. That is called as Parkinson's disease. Then Alzheimer's disease, that disease also it's a neurological disease. So mental retardation will be there. So Alzheimer's dementia, for such a neurological disease stem cell therapy is used. So now we shall see in one more interesting topic. That interesting topic is DNA fingerprinting. So this was first developed by Alec Jeffrey, and in 1990s it was developed. So each of every human being, each of us are different. There is variation, except identical twins. All the human organisms in the world, they are different. Their gene is different. The DNA is different. Only for identical twins, the genetic material will remain same. Using this concept, this DNA fingerprinting was first introduced by Alan Jeffrey. So now, how it is, we shall see how it is taking place. So I told you, except identical twins, each human being is different. There is variation. So it's variation not only in the physical character, even in the genetic character. The DNA is different, the sequence is different. So you know, DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid, and this deoxyribonucleic acid, it is made up of nitrogen base. There are three components: nitrogen base, hydrogen bonds and phosphate. So these three only makes up DNA. This sequence will be different. So for example, adenine, so DNA sequence, adenine will always pair with thymine, cytosine always pairs with guanine. So adenine, thymine, cytosine, guanine. This sequence, DNA sequence is different for different organisms. Mostly 99% of the DNA sequence that will be same. That is human, the nearly some billions of genes are there in human DNA, and in this 99% of the DNA will be similar for all the organisms except only 1% of DNA. That 1% of DNA, it is will be repeated. That is called as variable number of tandem repeats. This 1% of DNA sequence, 1% of DNA sequence will be differ from different organisms, that is different human beings. Using this 1% DNA sequence, that is will be present in satellite DNA, that is called as variable number of tandem repeats. So for example, 1% there will be 5 DNA sequence tandem repeats, variable number of tandem repeats. For one more person it may be 6, for one more person it may be 7. Totally 99% of DNA sequence will be similar, only 1% will differ. Using that 1%, we can find out who has done some culprit like that. So for 1% it can be 5, for another person it can be 6, and for another person it is 7. So this is found in satellite DNA, variable number of tandem repeats. So using this DNA fingerprinting, we can find out some crime has taken place and who is the culprit. To using the fingerprints, we can find out who has done that. So who is the culprit, we can find out. As well as for parenting. So parental problems, parental disputes also, using this DNA fingerprinting, we can find out the culprit. And apart from this, DNA fingerprinting is also used to find out what is the population, genetic variation, genetic diversity of human beings we can find out. So for that purpose this DNA fingerprinting is used. So now next one, we are going to learn about genetically modified organisms or GM organisms. So genetically modified organisms. Using this genetic engineering, I told you in genetic engineering, the desired gene is incorporated in the plasmid. That incorporation is called as transgene. That incorporate is called as transgene. Trans is a transformation. The trans means transformation of gene, transformation of desirable gene into a plasmid is called as a transgene. And this using this genetic engineering, transgenic plants and transgenic animals can be produced. Transgenic plants and transgenic animals can be produced. So now we shall see how does the transgenic plants, for example, I will say a simple example. See, using this genetic engineering principle, in one plant you know that potato is grown underground and tomato is grown above the soil. So joining these two varieties, there is a variety called as pomato. In same plant, using genetic engineering principle, using this principle in same plant, in the underground we can get potato and above the soil we can get tomato. So that is using this genetic engineering principle, we can produce such varieties. So that is called as the transgenic plants. So this transgenic plants means they will have desirable gene. So now first one is golden rice. Vitamin A is essential for all these problems. See, vitamin A, you know that it is all colorful fruits and vegetables are rich in vitamin A. Deficiency of vitamin A will affect mainly the eye skin problems we will get. So this vitamin, how to rectify vitamin A deficiency for this? So beta carotene, in carrot especially this is found. This beta carotene can be highly induced and highly produced in this rice variety, and that rice variety is called as golden rice. So this rice, when we take this rice, it will prevent vitamin A deficiency, because this beta carotene gene is induced in the rice plant. So the rice that is produced is called as golden rice, and this will help us to rectify vitamin A deficiency. Next one is insect resistant plant is produced using Bacillus thuringiensis. So using this bacteria Bacillus thuringiensis, insect resistant plants can be produced. So that is the transgenic plants. Transgenic animals. So more amount of wool can be produced using this transgenic sheep variety. So the gene which is responsible for production of wool will be induced to produce more amount of wool, that is called as the transgenic sheep. That's the last. Transgenic fish can be produced. So in salmon fish, so more amount of protein can be, that gene which is responsible for production of protein can be induced to produce more amount of protein, that is called as transgenic fish. So with this we have come to the end of this lesson, breeding and biotechnology. I will just summarize what are the topics that was discussed in this video. So first one is genetic engineering. Genetic engineering means manipulation of genes. It's also called as recombinant DNA technology. What is this term manipulation means how do we use or how do we handle the genes in the DNA? It is called as manipulation of genes. And for this genetic engineering, three essential things are required. First one is plasmid. It is a double circular extra DNA found in the bacteria. Second one, restriction enzyme. It can also be called as molecular scissor. DNA ligase, which is used to join the DNA fragment. So we learned what is gene cloning. Gene cloning is nothing but whichever gene we want. So this whichever gene we want, that is incorporated in the bacterial plasmid, because this bacterial plasmid will act as a vehicle and which has the ability to multiply. Therefore, the gene can be multiplied. We can get cloning. So that is called as gene cloning. Then we learned what are the uses of biotechnology, then gene therapy, what are the different types of gene therapy, then what are stem cells. So stem cells, there are a group of cells which have the ability to produce a specific type of cells. For example, nerve cells. cardiac muscles, liver muscles. So such type of cells can be produced, and there are two type of stem cells, embryonic stem cells and adult or somatic stem cells. Then we learnt about DNA fingerprinting, and then genetically modified organisms, transgenic plants and transgenic animals. So all these topics are very essential. So here this can be asked under 2 marks. What are the enzymes used in genetic engineering? This can be asked under 2 marks. Gene cloning technique can be asked under 4 marks, as well as DNA fingerprinting can be asked under 4 marks. And here gene therapy, what are the types can be asked in the 2 marks, and this stem cell types can also be asked under 2 marks. So with this we have come to the end of this lesson, breeding and biotechnology. This is a very interesting lesson. So please learn all the topics. Thank you boys. Be at home. Be safe. Thank you boys.